Hey, good morning, guys. This is Pushpak Raj, and today's topic is on how to create the test cases on Amazon application. Guys, we are already created the test cases on the Amazon application, but in the today's topic, what exactly we are covered max to max, that is the boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning. In the actual, when we are working in the organization, how to write down the test cases on that test cases, how to use the boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning. So that is the best example I'll cover here on the basis of the Amazon application. So you can focus on that, so that what is the boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning, and the use of that boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning in the test cases, how to use, because actually the use of that boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning is in the write down the test cases. Okay, so on the basis of that, your motto is clear here. Okay, so be focused. Okay, so we are started here. That is, the project name is Amazon application created by Shubham is a tester name, and the creation date is 10th of November 2024, reviewed by the Pushpak Raj. Pushpak Raj is a senior authority who can review that test cases on the same date. Okay, so this is the test case template format, guys. We are already aware about the positive test cases and negative test cases. I'll just read out that both, and only focuses on the boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning. Okay, so TC stands for test case AMZ Amazon application 001. This is the first test case. That's why I mentioned here the 001. Test case description: login with valid credentials. So precondition is user account is exist. Steps to be followed for that: login to the Amazon application, open the login page, enter the valid email address and password, and click on the login button, so that the user is successfully logged into the application or redirected to the home page. This is the positive test case. Move on the second test case, that is the negative test case. You can enter the invalid credentials here, and user account is exist. It is the precondition. Steps to be followed for that: open the login page, enter the invalid email and password, and click on the login button. Here we are getting the invalid login credentials negative. That is the error message we are getting here. It is the negative test cases. Move on the actual part, that is the boundary value analysis. How to use the boundary value analysis in when we are write down the test cases. Okay, so TC stands for test case AMZ Amazon application 003. This is the third test cases. Login with the empty credentials. Whatever the user ID and password we are use, that keep as empty in the boundary value analysis. So precondition is user account is exist. The step to be follow for that: open the login page, leave the email and password field is blank. Okay, and click on the login button. So we are getting the error message, that error message prompt user to enter the email and password. That is the best example of boundary value analysis, guys. Okay, and move on the fourth test case, that is the search for an existing product. Okay, so precondition is user is in login. Step to be follow for that: on the home page, enter the valid product name in the search bar. Okay, and press the search button. So the expected result is search result display product matching the search them. Okay, so that is the positive test cases. Move on the negative test case, that is search for a non-existing product. User is logged in. It is the precondition. Step to be follow for that: enter a product name that does not exist, press the search button. Okay, no result found message appears. That is the negative test cases. So coming to the point, that is the boundary value analysis again. Search using the boundary input. Example, very short name. Okay, so that is the same test cases, guys, but we are follow the positive, negative and boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning also. Okay, so boundary value analysis, how to performing the testing on that: user is logged in, enter the one character product name, example A, either return the relevant product or error if the search term is invalid. Okay, so it is the example of boundary value analysis, or in that way we can write down the test cases on the boundary value analysis. Okay, move on the next test case, that is the add in stock product to cart. So that is the positive test cases. User is logging in, product is in stock. So step to be follow for that: select a product from search result, then click add to cart. So expected result we are getting here, that is the product is successfully added to the cart. That is the positive test cases. Move on the negative test cases, guys. So the negative test cases is add out of stock product to the cart. Okay, so user is login, product is out of stock. Okay, so step for that, that is the attempt to add an out of stock product to the cart. Error message we are getting, definitely product is out of stock. That is the negative test cases. Again, there is a positive test case, that is place an order for product in the cart. Okay, product is added to the cart. Go to the cart, click buy now, complete the checkout process without valid payment method. Okay, so order is successfully placed and order confirmation is shown. It is the positive test cases. Move on the negative test case, that is the attempt to place an order with an empty cart. Cart is empty. Go to the cart, attempt to click on buy now, error message your card is empty. That is the negative test cases. I'm just read out because, guys, that is the positive negative. I'll provide you that the PDF also, so that you can easily read out that. Only my motto is on that video is to you have clear the concept of boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning. Okay, so I'll just for that purpose I'll just read out that portion. Okay, so we can carry forward on the next, that is the equivalent class partitioning here. So I'll just read the positive test cases on that. That is the cancel an order before is shipped. Okay, so for that purpose order status is processing or pending. Okay, so step to be follow for that, go to my order, select the recent order, click on cancel order. So order is successfully cancelled and cancellation confirmation is displayed. That is the positive test case. And for that purpose we are write down the equivalent class partitioning test case, that is search for a product with equivalent class keywords. Okay, so equivalent class keyword, search for a product with the equivalent class keyword. Okay, user is logged in, that is the preconditions. Step to be follow for that, enter the synonymous or relevant keyword for a specific product in the search bar and press the search. Okay, so the expected result is search result include relevant product matching the synonymous or related keywords. Okay, so synonymous is like what? So you, if you want to buy any home accessories product, like if you want to buy a ceiling fan, so for that purpose you have just enter the F word. Okay, so in the F word, when we enter the F word and click on the search button, so in that case we are getting the product related to the F words like fan, if, so whatever the keyword related to the F words, we are getting the suggestion on that. So that is the equivalent class partitioning. So that is called as the synonymous. Okay, so move on the 15th test case, that is the login with the password length at lower boundary. It is the boundary value analysis again. So user account is exit. So for that purpose login with the password length at lower boundaries, like enter the email address, password. The password minimum valid length is 6 character. Okay, and click on login button. Login should accept or a success, password is valid, boundary value analysis. Okay, so login should be success if the password is valid. Password valid, then the login is done successfully. Okay, then move on the next test case, that is the 16th test case, login with the password a length below lower boundary. Okay, so that is also a boundary value analysis example, like user account is exit, that is the preconditions. So enter the email address, enter the password shorter than the minimum valid length, example 5 characters. Okay, so login should be failed, showing an error for the password length. Boundary value analysis example or test case, like means the length of that password is 6 character, but we are entering the 5 character or try to log in that. So we are getting the error message or our login is got failed. Okay, move on the 17 test case. It is an also test case related to the boundary value analysis, guys. Add a multiple item to cart up to the allow limit. Okay, user is logged in, item are in stock. Okay, so step to be followed for that, search and add an item to the cart repeatedly. Add until reaching the maximum allowed quantity limit. Okay, so all the items added successfully and they don't exceed cart limit. boundary value analysis example means add to multiple items to the card up to the allowed limit. Okay, so if we are all aware about the Amazon application, so according to that you can follow that test case guide, so that you have come clear the concept means what exactly the motto of tester when they are write down the test cases or when performing the testing. So according to the user point of view, whatever the test cases tester write down, or according to that they are performing the testing, so that so the user use the application anyway. So what kind of exactly problems will be occurred in the user side, so that all kind of problems work or not properly, or no, whatever the exact solution on that problem. So that is the motto of tester when they are performing the testing or write down the test cases. Forget about that negative test case, you can just read out that, I'll provided that PDF. Then attempt to search with the special character in the product name. Okay, that is the boundary value analysis example. User is logged in, enter the special character in the search bar. Example is like that, exclamatory, at the red, hash, dollar, percentile. Okay, so either return the valid return or shows the invalid search them error. Boundary value analysis, it is an example guys. Then cancel an order with the coupon applied is like order is in processing or pending. Place an order with the coupon applied. Second is like go to my orders, attempt to cancel the order is successfully cancelled and coupon is returned to the user. Equivalent class partitioning example guys. Okay, so according to that we are using the equivalent class partitioning or boundary value analysis when we are write down the test cases in actual when we are working in the organization. You have to follow that such a kind of step. Okay, so move on the 22 test case, that is validate login for upper boundary email length. User account exit maximum length valid length, example 15 character. So for that purpose enter the valid password and click on login button. Login should success if email within the character limit, that is the boundary value analysis. And the equivalent class partitioning like test case is valid a search functionality using the product category keyword. User is logged in, enter a product category, example electronics, in the search bar and press search button. Search result display product within the specific category. Equivalent class partitioning example guys. So this is the test case template format related to the boundary value analysis and equivalent class partitioning. I'll cover maximum. So if you have any query related to that, you can mention in the comment, and also I'll provide it that test cases PDF to you guys, so don't worry about that. Thank you for giving your valuable time to us. Have a great day guys.